Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and I think we might have just found Mitch McConnell's replacement in the Senate. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. You know, Mitch McConnell has had a long and storied career, and no matter where you land on him, you have to understand he did a lot of great things for the Republican Party. He's the reason we have the number of conservative Supreme Court justices we have. He's the reason we have more federal judges that are Republican than we normally would have. He's had a long and storied career, but he's also done a lot of things that are anti-Donald Trump, especially since announcing his retirement, that I have seen to be, in my opinion, spiteful. I think he wanted to be the leader of the Republican Party. He couldn't stand that not only was Donald Trump the leader of the Republican Party, but he was changing the Republican Party. It no longer looked like Mitch McConnell's Republican Party. Enter the man I believe will be Mitch McConnell's replacement, and judging by what he said last night to Eric Bolling, when he said, if President Trump asks me to do it, I'll do it, I think he will be the next senator from the great state of Kentucky, and that man is none other than CNN contributor Scott Jennings. Scott Jennings currently signed to a contract with CNN. He'd have to give that up to run for the Senate. But he was talking to Eric Bolling last night, and he said he would gladly do it. He said there's other people in the race, and he respects those people. He's friends with a lot of those people. But he said that President Trump is the quarterback of the team, and if the quarterback calls a play, you got to run that play. And he said whoever Trump picks in Kentucky, be it him, be it somebody else, they got to run that play. I think it will be Scott Jennings, and I want to show you something. I'm not going to show you the interview with Eric Bolling, because I just told you about it. What I'm going to show you is an interview he had. We were doing a segment yesterday on the Epstein files that Jake Tapper had with Scott Jennings, because when the segment ended, he called him Senator Jennings, maybe kind of foretelling the future a little bit. I want you to watch this and let me know what you think in the comments.
So that's Elon Musk saying one of the reasons that billionaires were lining up behind Kamala Harris was because they were afraid because Trump was going to release the list. And then he goes out there and says Trump's on the list. So, I mean, that's how this happened.
I know. And you were just talking to Ro Khanna about this. It's DOJ policy not to release information about people unless you plan to charge them. Now, Ro's willing to make an exception in this case because he thinks it's going to hurt Donald Trump politically to do that. But that's long-standing DOJ policy. It would probably be irresponsible to put people's names in the public domain if they didn't do anything wrong or if they are not going to be charged with a crime. So I do think there are sensitivities here that the DOJ people have to sort out. But I don't dispute you. The reason this is a big deal is because it was talked about by some of his supporters for a very long time. Now they're in power, and, you know, sometimes heavy is the head that wears the crown, and governing is different than campaigning.
Kentucky's own Scott Jennings, good to see you, sir. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
We're standing by for a major vote on Capitol Hill that could end with Vice President J.D. Vance being forced to break